It starts with a single inscription, a promise Justin once carved inside a ring he never found the courage to give. Years later, the same motto surfaces again, first dangling from a fragile pendant around Selena's neck, then flickering across. Hailey's Instagram story. Did Selena reclaim that vow for herself or quietly hand it to Hailey like a peace offering? No one can say, and that riddle is tearing the fandom in half. Spring 2011. A sunset bleeds over the balcony at the Sunset Tower Hotel. Justin, barefoot, strums a delicate acoustic riff while Selena hums lyrics about paper hearts that never fold. The same way twice. A crew member films on a flip cam, grainy, intimate, meant for no one's eyes but theirs. The internet has only ever seen half that clip. In the lost half, Justin's phone lights up with an unknown number. Selena's smile evaporates and tears carve silent lines down her cheeks. Justin swings at empty air as if he could bruise the night itself. A year later, deep in 2012's forgotten timeline, Hailey Baldwin tweets, "I will spend forever believing in love stories." Nobody notices until that courthouse wedding turns. The optimism prophetic, March 2018 flips everything. Selena leaves rehab vowing to protect her boundaries. Justin retreats to Laguna Beach alone, scribbling prayers in a leather journal, telling paparazzi he's figuring things out with God. 48 hours later, he's photographed beside Hailey at church. Twitter detonates, fighting to stitch. Rival timelines, but insiders whisper a quieter detail. That very morning, Justin texted Selena an apology and then vanished. She changes her number. 75 days later, he proposes to Hailey. Was it love or damage control? Hold that thought. Stakes climb higher still. Hailey offloads a huge slice of road for nearly $1 billion. Corporate attorneys call it leverage. Feminist economists call it exit armor. The deal routes profits through a Delaware shell named HB Root Holdings Root, the same word Hailey once inked beneath a tree in her diary, its severed branches labeled public noise. Translation: she mapped her escape long before the rumors found a pulse. Inside their Beverly Park estate, staff describe a haunted choreography. Hailey sleeps in the master suite, Justin in a converted studio above the garage, covering the walls. With neon graffiti at 3 a.m., one assistant quits, claiming the mansion feels like two strangers renting each other's ghosts. No shared flights since the Grammys, no joint posts except brand promos. Hearts race, theories multiply. If you breathe the saga like oxygen, keep watching. The next twist makes all of this look like a warm dash-up. Selena moves in silence, but every step feels like strategy. The same week, rumors of Hailey's divorce. Spike, Selena's charity Rare Impact, announces a grant for a women's retreat focused on post-breakup identity rebuilding. Coincidence? Maybe, or maybe it's her way of showing quiet solidarity without ever saying a word. Then something curious happens. Selena registers a new LLC, GMP Journal Company. It's rumored to be launching trauma recovery notebooks, guided pages to help readers release the weight they carry. The first edition's leaked tagline, "Stories we outgrow." A single phrase. And fans are already reading between every line. But while the headlines obsess over brand moves and hidden meanings, no one's talking about the health scare that changed everything. In 2022, Justin revealed he was battling Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, a condition that paralyzed half his face. The videos went viral, the world watched him cry on camera. But behind those brief glimpses was a darker reality. A nurse from the clinic where he was treated claims Hailey stayed by his side, massaging his jaw through the night, helping sensation return. But when the cameras turned off, Justin reportedly spiraled. Studio lock-ins, panic, obsessive journaling. Bible verses about falling short. The nurse says Hailey begged him to pause his touring schedule for the sake of healing. He refused, said he couldn't afford to fade. Relevance was oxygen. That tension didn't go away, it boiled. And then, almost out of nowhere, another flashpoint. After wrapping season 3 of her Hulu series, Selena is seen holding her phone at the cast party, champagne in hand. In the background of a blurry selfie, fans zoom in on her screen. A text bubble reads, "Thank you for grace." The contact icon? A blush-toned H. Internet sleuths dig in. Font spacing, color tone, avatar style, they say it matches Hailey's exact aesthetic. If true, this wasn't a leak, it was a leak on purpose. A move from public tension to private peace. Within 24 hours, a possible war turns into a whispered truce, and for the first time in a decade, fans pause not to fight, but to reflect. On social media, the tone shifts. Fan edits go from war to warmth. For the first time in forever, comment. Sections aren't battlegrounds, they're memorials. Top comment on Hailey's reactivated post reads, "Selena sent you love. And we see you glowing." Hailey likes it. That one like becomes a trending topic in under 5 minutes. No words, no clapbacks. Just silence loud enough to shake the algorithm. They call it the Great Comment Ceasefire. Media professors jump in. Morning talk shows invite therapists instead of gossip columnists. Some say the internet finally hit emotional maturity. Others say it's just exhaustion burnout from watching the same cycle spin endlessly between heartbreak and headlines. Either way, something has changed. Maybe forever. Selena speaks quietly on a podcast. The host asks if she's forgiven the past. She doesn't hesitate. "When I stopped performing pain for approval, genuine peace walked in." It doesn't sound rehearsed. It sounds like she's already moved on. That quote floods Hailey's wellness video comments. She pins one. The rivalry is no longer a feud, it's turning into a relay. One lets go. The other catches breath. And just when people think the universe might be letting them heal in private, the fashion world steps in. A Milan runway show. Both women booked, same event, same catwalk, not a mistake. The designer confirms the theme, duality finding harmony. Hailey in jet black silk, Selena in crimson satin. Not facing each other, not avoiding each other. Walking the same path, separately but intentionally. Not a reunion, not a war. Just presence. Backstage, a photographer leaks a candid shot both of them laughing, heads tilted, no tension, maybe even relief. Fans lose it. The meme pages can't handle the rebrand. The internet doesn't know whether to call it peace, evolution, or just fatigue. This time there are no cryptic subtweets. No hidden messages and lyrics, no petty unfollows. Instead, there's co-healing meditations, billion-dollar solo brand launches, and public silence that feels more powerful than any song. But a question still haunts the timeline: where is Justin in all this? Scooter Braun no longer manages him. New reps are reportedly negotiating a documentary deal, one being pitched as the definitive truth. But if that happens, Hailey's legal team may trigger a non-disparagement clause buried deep in their prenup. Selena's camp hasn't said a word, letting her lawyers scan the paperwork quietly. The irony? A documentary meant to tell his side might end up forcing Justin to speak only about himself. And maybe that's the twist no one saw coming. He's the one who always sang about others, told their stories through his own heartbreak. But now he might finally have to face his own reflection. No coded lyrics, no emotional stand-ins, just Justin. Meanwhile, in Montecito, a valet swears Justin pulled up to Selena's old rental last week. Midnight, SUV running. He sat inside scribbling something on a notepad, then drove off. The next morning, a crumpled envelope was spotted on the sidewalk. Security picked it up. No one knows what was inside. 3 paths diverge. Hailey's friends begin unfollowing accounts posting Justin in present tense. Selena's circle books a girl's trip to Amalfi, strictly no phones. Justin's team pushes him to unplug, to disappear into the Canadian woods for a while. 3 maps, 3 recoveries, no intersections. And then Rolling Stone announces a dual cover, 1 issue, 2 women. 2 sides of a decade-old storm. Selena in crimson satin, eyes forward. Hailey in jet black, lips slightly curved, eyes closed like. Peace and rebellion kissed in the same moment. Readers pick their side at checkout. Collectors fight to own both. It's no longer a feud. It's a case study. A marketing masterstroke. Closure sold on newsstands. Experts call it narrative duoponization. Selena's like dismantled. The battlefield. Hailey's silence turned bitterness into grace. And somewhere in the middle, fans learned empathy. The cycle didn't explode, it evolved. Final flashback. The Believe tour. Backstage prayer circle. 17-year-old Hailey stands behind her father. Selena hugs a makeup artist. Justin lowers his head and says, "Thank you, God, for the people meant to stay." The camera drifts by accident and catches all 3 in a single frame. At the time, no one paid attention. That grainy photo resurfaces now with a caption, Maybe staying looks different than we thought. Selena's like closed the chapter. Hailey's grace wrote the epilogue. Justin's next move will decide, is this the sequel the world's been waiting for? Or is it time for the final credits to roll? Drop your theories below. Was the silence the end? Or the start of something we never saw coming?